Can you imagine a world where we know our children will make healthy life choices? A world where empathy and emotional intelligence are universal character traits? Where our future leaders will make decisions driven by emotional intelligence and not just IQ? What kind of world do you think it might be? If we all just had a little bit more compassion, empathy, and emotional awareness informing the choices we make. Do you think that maybe, just maybe, we could create a world that is more sustainable than the one we've created today? I know it's possible because the Emotional Literacy and Mindfulness Academy for Kids program, or ELMA, is enabling it right now. The ELMA program teaches kids social and emotional learning tools. After doing this program, they should know how to regulate their emotions, how to understand other people's emotions, and feel empathy and compassion. The program is built around two characters, Jazzy and Pinky, two little chickens from a chicken school. They invite kids on an adventure with their energy ball to support them in the important development of emotional intelligence awareness through simple and fun exercises. And the world of science knows it's possible too. Emotional intelligence has been shown to consistently predict positive social and academic outcomes in children. It has been found to correlate with enhanced life satisfaction, self-esteem, and correlates with lower rates of depression. For example, statistically significant associations were found between measured social emotional skills in kindergarten and key young adult outcomes across multiple domains of education, employment, criminal activity, substance use, and mental health. Meaning that children with emotional intelligence make healthier life choices as adults. If we all had the opportunity to rewind the clock and were given tools to make healthier life choices, don't you think the world would be a significantly different place to live? With about 50% of mental health disorders beginning before the age of 14 years, prevention and early intervention are paramount if we want to reduce lifetime prevalence of mental health disorders and allow children to live their best possible lives. Improving mental health for the children and adolescents has therefore become an international priority. What we have developed is really powerful, and it's working right now. We are a part of the solution, and you can be too. I'm going to show you how our program empowers children like Grace here to share it in the classroom for all the other children to learn. But first, I want you to know how the Emotional Literacy and Mindfulness Academy, ELMA, came to be and how it is becoming a global sensation among school leaders. Hi, I'm Tennille Bentley, the founder and managing director of ELMA. I was a girl from the Australian bush who grew up in domestic violence and got bullied and ostracised in my school years. My inability in early adolescence to process the latent trauma associated with those childhood life experiences set me on a predictable and sadly all too common path of poor life choices. Thankfully, my saving grace in a moment of clarity was rediscovering the gift for self-inquiry I'd always had, but had buried in the noise of trauma. Within 4 years of that realization and the emotional intelligence it delivered, I established the Global Good Foundation, a domestic violence awareness raising charity that positively touched the lives of over 40,000 children in 5 different countries and enabled me to share time with some of the greatest leaders and receive national recognition for my contribution to the community. When social media was in its infancy, I built a multi-million-dollar social media company and was invited to sit on the boards of some of Australia's leading corporations. I knew the key to changing the direction of my life's path and the positive outcomes that change delivered was having taught myself emotional intelligence. And I knew I had to share that gift with children everywhere at the youngest age possible, so they could reduce suffering, their own and that of others, reap the benefits of making healthy life choices, and go on to work with their communities to create a more harmonious and sustainable planet. And so, the Emotional Literacy and Mindfulness Academy, ELMA, was born. To begin with, we asked parents if they felt their family could connect more. 93% said yes. If their school provided enough social and emotional development. 80% said no. So over an initial 2 years, engaging 500 children and families in a private setting, we developed and beta tested a play, art and sound therapy based emotional literacy and mindfulness program for 4 to 9-year-olds, which worked for youngsters like Chase here, who suffered trauma, couldn't connect with others or express how he felt, often isolating himself. He did our program and transformed into a bubbly and bright boy who is now socialising with other kids, expressing how he felt, and was able to regulate his emotions. His parents described him as a completely different child. We recognised that if we were going to help more children like Chase, we needed to evolve our existing parent-child program into a teacher classroom model, informed by education authorities, following explicit teaching guidelines and meeting Australian curriculum standards under the social and emotional learning continuum. With advice from the West Australian Education Department and collaboration with the West Australian Primary Principals Association, we secured and executed 2 school pilot programs which delivered crucial feedback. That feedback was utilised over an ensuing 9-month period to develop and roll out a fully automated online portal housing a Train the Teacher program with over 37 lessons, 6 modules, 8 workbooks, and 15 cartoons, containing all the materials for teachers to deliver the program to children in the classroom in easy 10 to 15 minute daily exercises. And teachers are loving it, saying, "I've never seen this side to the classroom before. They really opened up. I went out at recess to find them all lined up on the bench doing the ELMA mindfulness exercise during playtime." The program has rolled out now to 4 countries, been translated to different languages and taught to hundreds of educators and graduated thousands of children. The West Australian Trade and Investment Commission has acknowledged the market opportunity that ELMA may represent, and as such is working with us to strategically roll out the program globally. Very soon, no matter where in the world you're pursuing your path as a leading educator, it won't be a question of why to get the ELMA Schools program. It will be a question of why haven't you? Join the movement, making a healthier human family, one child at a time. The Emotional Literacy and Mindfulness Academy for Kids.